What's up, y'all? Coach Cree doing a check-in. We haven't checked in, but I wanted to touch base. And what I'm going to do with this video is kind of a quick rundown of all things. So you'll see me look over here at my notes. But I want to kind of hit all the things at once because, our goal is to go week by week, changing what we're putting on the plate, increasing water, increasing movement, practicing mindfulness, right? Journaling, that's huge. Journal either in the morning or at night, whatever works for you. Warm lemon water in the morning, warm lemon water at night. All right, it cut off on me. But the week by week movement, increasing water, warm lemon water in the morning and at night. I don't know where I was left off. But week one, right? I'm just gonna blast through it. Here we go. Week one, we want to establish your why, right? We're increasing that water. We want to identify our goals and things that you are wanting to achieve in this process. That's a part of that. Replacements. I've given a few examples of certain things you can use as replacements in the week one. We haven't gone deep into it. No fried foods. That was one thing for sure. So not frying. Instead of frying, bake, right? Or boil. No bread, no dairy, no sugar. Moving those things out. As we move through the program, no meat is another one, right? We want to eliminate processed foods as well. And then we're going to do our before and after picture, right? Because you see yourself every day. So taking that picture, upload it to the app or keep it in your phone, whatever's most comfortable for you, is going to help you because once you move through this process, you're not going to see small changes, but those photographs will help you see it as you compare later. If you can do the body scan, that's fantastic. What does that do? It gives us your body fat percentage. That's more important than the pounds, right? Because we can start to lower that body fat. We're going to be releasing pounds if we're doing that. Releasing toxins is what we're releasing. Okay. So what else? Healthy plate. That is something we haven't talked a lot about, but basically it's a colorful plate. It's a colorful plate, meat no bigger than the size of your hand. It's like our stomach is really no bigger than the size of your palm. So when we start thinking about that, like how can your whole meal fit in your palm, right? Or like these types of little tricks are things that will help along the way. The plate size, using a smaller plate instead of a bigger plate. So you can, we'll go back and get seconds if we actually need it. But if we start with a huge plate, we have a tendency to fill up the plate and we don't really need to, right? We can fill up a smaller plate and then end up full. So you've actually cut your meal in half and you didn't have to think about it because it's a visual technique. Using visual cues. I tell you to put your water in a different container. For me, I've been using this bottle. Usually I carry a gallon. I'll show you how to do that. I usually carry a gallon, right, around so I can see how much water I need to consume. So that way my goal is I want to drink a gallon of water a day. And if I see that gallon, as you can see, I haven't done a great job. I need to plow through it. So I'll pour it into here, drink that. It's just been easier lately for me to carry that smaller container, but I keep the gallon nearby so I can see it. What else? Protein. Yes, you're going to get enough protein. Protein comes from plants, not meat. So animals get their protein from plants. The silverback gorilla does not. The silverback, that's where I left off. Anyway, it cuts off. But yeah, he doesn't eat meat, right? So he's the strongest out there with all the muscles. All he eats is plants. He's getting his protein from plants, and you will too. So that is going to be fine. Food combinations, thinking about what we pair with our food is another thing that I'll post in the group about. But basically that you want a veggie, right? I think we've talked about this. Raw food on the plate, at least 50%, because those live enzymes will help break down the foods that you eat. So let's say you eat a baked potato. Let's try to throw in a salad with a bunch of mixed veggies in there to eat with that. So you got the enzymes that will help break down the starchy potato. Potatoes are good for you, so that's cool. But to amp that up, right, we want to break down the carbs that you're eating there. And same thing goes with a meat. So if you eat a meat, you want to always have the live enzymes. That's that live food, 50% raw veggies on the plate, or fruit. You could finish it off with a fruit if you want to. So that's what that is going to help you do. And then when you go to the grocery store, spend more time in the fruits and vegetable area. Spend less time on the inside aisles. We want to stay on the perimeter. Really, you want to perimeter of the store, because on those inner aisles, that's where all the processed food processed food-like products are, I should say. Food-like products, because food is an apple, right? A tomato, cucumber, carrot. That's food, and they are ingredients to other foods like salsa. So a combination of whole foods. That's something that you would want to eat. The processed box foods where they have a ton of things you can't even pronounce, that's what we want to stay away from. Reading our labels, checking those ingredients, what's in there. I've bought black beans before that had sugar in it, but because I'm in the habit of checking my ingredients, I saw it. There should not be sugar in a can of black beans. Pecking order: fresh, frozen, canned, right? That's the order for your fruits and vegetables that you want to consume. A fresh fruit is always going to be the best. Frozen is going to be second best, okay? And sometimes frozen is better depending on what it is, because some of our whole foods have to travel for such a long way. When you get it frozen, it's been picked and then frozen right away. So it's almost more ideal to eat. It's just not going to be, fresh in that state. It's changed the state when it's frozen, but that's okay. It's not losing any of the nutrients because they flash freeze it. So that's a great thing. What else? You don't have to become vegan at the end of this. We do have those weeks where you don't eat meat, but that's not the goal. The goal is the pursuit of health, putting things in place, habits that will serve you and get you closer to your goal, get you feeling better. Last but not least, juicing. Absolutely. Juicing is breaking. Let's talk about the difference between juicing and smoothies. Smoothies, you still retain the fiber. So I just finished an apple, but all you got is a core. But let's say I'd put this in the blender and I wanted to make a smoothie with it. It will keep everything that's in this apple, the fiber, all of the things will be broken up in my smoothie and just broken down, pulverized, and the fiber is retained, and I'll consume that. When you juice, you're removing all the nutrients. Everything that makes this really, really, really healthy for you is pulled out, and it's a liquefying process that removes, I guess we'll say, the cellular level of that fruit and or vegetable, and then that's what you drink. So there's no fiber necessarily in the same way left. There's some, especially like with apples, you're gonna get some, but in the same way that it is with like the pulp that's left over in a smoothie, you won't have that with the juice. You're just pulling out the cells, the nutrients and the minerals, so that then when you consume it, there's no digestive process that happens in your body. It goes straight to your cells. It goes straight to the cells, and the cells can absorb it quicker, faster, because there's no digestion. So that's where this becomes a really powerful process, because not only are we removing toxins by what we eat weekly, removing all the bad things that cause toxins, that cause parasites, that cause inflammation, that cause acidic environments in our body. Like, we're reversing that one with all the foods, and then you're blasting your body with juice. You're blasting those cells with juice. They know what to do with it. The body knows what to do with this stuff. It doesn't have to think about it. So it's like, boom, I know that it's cleaning the room. It's cleaning your house. Immediately it starts, which is why when you drink juice, you feel better so quickly, because the body knows what to do with it. And all of a sudden you're like, man, I'm feeling kind of great. Like, what is that? Well, it went straight to your cells. It didn't take a long time. It didn't have to digest. All right. So this is the power play. One and done, real quick. I was trying to go through a bunch of stuff real quick, but I want to touch base, and we want to keep going. And I think I'm going to start using this method to communicate a little bit better, so you can stay on track, because one thing's for certain, I want you to win. However we got to do it, and that's what we got to do. So we're going to make the adjustments. I think sometimes the app, we can get disconnected a little bit if the rhythm of getting habits, and like that can be a thing. So touching base in this way, I think will work. So let me know. All right, day one. Remember, if every day is day one, there will never be an end in sight. That's the goal. Let's make the choice to live, continue to learn, and if you do that, you will grow. That's how all of this started for me personally, and that was the words God gave me to even call my company, is live, learn, grow. And that is the mentality. That's the whole fundamental anchor to it, because every day we got to get up and choose life. Every day. That's it. If you are committed to your goal, your disciplines will appear. Okay? They will appear. And it's going to take time. Yep. But that's why you're doing this, because you want to have something different. So you're doing something different, right? And if anything we can do is start to remove complexity. That's the enemy of execution. Clarity kills doubt, and clarity gives us power. So locking in on your why, locking in on, okay, this is what I'm doing. Not going to give myself all these, options, tweaking stuff, changing stuff. Just try to stay the course, right? Just try to stay the course. I was trying to find a quote I was going to share with you, but I can't find it. We want to basically stay with it. Stay with it. This is your commitment, and your commitment equals discipline. And if you don't quit, you'll get to your goal. That's a fact. Don't worry about how long. We're going to keep going. This is a lifestyle. All right. Have a good night.